everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Charlotte.
And this is the 2023 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid Luxury. So today we're going to talk about what's in this car safety-wise and tech-wise. We did do a full walk around where you can check out everything that this vehicle has to offer.
So if you haven't seen that yet, we will make sure that it is linked down below. That way if you want a more in-depth overview of this vehicle, because today we're primarily focusing on technology and safety and what you get with this vehicle, like what Gabby was saying.
Let's get into it. All right, so here we are. I'm going to focus primarily on the safety features and what's in the vehicle. So if you haven't seen our other video, this is the hybrid luxury trim level for the 2023 Elantra. Under the hood, we have a 1.6-liter non-turbo, but GDI, so naturally aspirated hybrid gasoline engine combination. So you have your gasoline engine and the hybrid motor. The total output is 139 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. Fuel efficiency rating is 4.7 liters per 100 kilometers, and the transmission is a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission. So that puts the focus on fuel efficiency. That's why this vehicle has such a great fuel efficiency rating. Not just the hybrid, but the dual-clutch also adds in with that bonus. Now we'll take a look at safety. So immediately you'll notice you have some LEDs, but you also have a regular bulb for your headlight. And the reason for that is the reason why this is still considered safety, this is a projection headlamp. So this is actually quite sharp. It's a little hard to tell in the video bay, but I'll have Mark pan over to the wall and you can see there's still a very, very sharp cutoff. So you have the brightness of the LED up there, which you have during the day, and then the heat and the sharp cutoff from your regular bulb here as well too. This vehicle is equipped with automatic high beams, so if you're driving at night and you have your high beams on and another car comes by, the vehicle is smart enough to turn it off on its own, or if you enter the city where there's enough just lighting outside of your vehicle, it'll shut off as well too, and then turn back on as you get somewhere that's dark enough or where there's no other cars. Now we'll take a look in the center of the vehicle. And right underneath the Hyundai logo down here, we have this plate. So this is a radar plate. It'll pick up vehicles ahead of you. Not just that, it'll also pick up pedestrians, cyclists, and cars making left turns in a junction. So this is a forward collision avoidance sensor. What this will do is if a vehicle, for example, pulls off in front of you, slams on the brakes, or you're just approaching way too fast, it'll sense the time to collision. First, it'll give you a warning, and then if you fail to react, the vehicle will brake for you. You can turn this off, or you can have it set to just be a warning, but it is a great feature to have. Another thing this radar plate does is if you do have your adaptive cruise control on, which is another feature that this car has, it'll pick up the distance of the vehicle ahead of you. You can set how close you want to follow, but if you do hit stop and go traffic, it'll take you all the way down to complete stop. So that's going to be your adaptive cruise control, your highway drive assist, and your driver attention warning. So not only that, but if you do have, if you're in a drive-through or if you're at a red light, there's a car ahead of you and they already left, it'll give you a warning that the car has departed. So lead vehicle departure warning. Great feature to have, great sensor to have. One thing I want to note is if you do drive this vehicle and you live in Canada where we have snow, just make sure you brush the snow off, or that can kind of limit the effectiveness of it. Now we'll take a look around. On the side here, I always like to point this out. It's not something huge, but in my opinion, it is a safety feature. Just the marker lights that are on your mirrors. It's nice to have extra kind of awareness that your vehicle is making a turn or changing lanes. So the more lights, the better, I always think, especially because the turning lights, especially on the front of the vehicle, are a little bit hidden. They're more integrated into the grille than on the side of the vehicle. It's really nice to have them on the mirror. Now we'll come take a look at the back. LED tail lights here, so you can tell they are very, very bright. And I'm just going to open up the trunk real quick. And we'll take a look underneath. You do have a compact spare tire, so great peace of mind to have. The Elantra's competitor is the Kia Forte, and the Forte does not have a spare tire, so that's somewhere where the Elantra has it beat. You'll also notice we have some circles on the back bumper here. Those aren't just for shapes and sizes and colors. It is your rear sensors. So you have parking sensors on the back of this vehicle. If I were to back up right against this wall, the beeping would progressively get worse. And then if someone were to walk behind me, let's say I'm at a busy parking lot and there's 2 cars parked behind me, you may not be able to, or beside me, you may not be able to see if there's someone walking along the side here. The car will pick it up, it'll warn you that there's someone there, and if you keep going, it will automatically brake for you. So great feature to have. We did do a test of this feature to see just how useful it is and how well it works, and it works fantastic. So we'll link that in the bio below. If you do want, honestly, it's a really funny video. So even if you don't really care how the feature works and you just want to have a laugh, watch that video. It's a ton of fun. And that's about it for our exterior safety features. Charlotte will talk a little bit more about the tech that's inside this vehicle. We'll see you there in a second.
All right, everyone, so now it's my turn, and we're going to hop inside of the Elantra, and we're going to talk about some of the tech that we see in the cabin. So it'll probably be easier if I have Mark come around to the other side. Oh, hello. Welcome back. So I'm just going to move the seat back, that way I have a little bit more room to talk. And something that you guys are going to notice right off the top is that this is very much driver oriented. And a lot of the tech is designed, again, to be driver oriented. So Gabby went through a lot of the safety features. A lot of them you do have the controls for inside. But something that's really interesting that I'll point out that kind of works with these safety features too is obviously going to be your giant dash here. So you do have a 10.25-inch screen for your dash. And then you also have another 10.25-inch screen, which is going to be, you know, your navigation, everything like that. So that is a huge tech feature that this vehicle has. And then another one that I like to point out is always going to be ambient lighting. You'll see that we have that here. If you can see this pink along here, and you actually can change it. There is a color wheel. I can show you how we can get there. So you go to setup, vehicle, lights, and you'll see it says ambient light. You can touch that and you'll see brightness. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me go to color. And you'll see that we have all of these preset colors here. And then also you can go to set custom color. So you get this color wheel and there's 64 different options. And you can see that even as I'm moving it around, it's already beginning to change. So that's probably not a good option to show because it was too light. So that is something that is really neat about this vehicle. I love ambient lighting, especially when I'm driving in the dark. I just feel like it gives a really interesting, almost safe atmosphere in the vehicle, if that makes any sense. I know that probably sounds a little bit crazy. I'll have Mark show the center here as well. So of course, up at the top, you're gonna have all of your media controls. You do have dual climate in this vehicle as well. So that is a nice tech feature that we have. So if I want my temperature to be 21 degrees, but Mark wants 25, he can set it that way. We're both nice and comfortable. Down here as well, I'll show that we have, of course, our USB charging. So this does have wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, whichever one is applicable for you. But we do have a nice wireless phone charger. It's probably a little bit difficult to see, but you can see that this is your charging pad right here. This is a auto defogging windshield, meaning that if you've ever been in this situation where you're not sure if you need heat or cool air to bring the fog off of your windshield, this is going to figure that out for you. That way you don't kind of start to do the little panic that I do when you're driving the vehicle, trying to clear the windshield. So that is excellent as well. Of course, we do have different drive modes. We've got your rear view camera as well. So that's there, and we can actually see that on the back too. I will point out the electronic parking brake as well. A lot of people, if they don't see a lever, they're like, oh my goodness, where's the parking brake? And to engage that, you just simply pull up. So nice and easy to use. It's not something that's scary. Something that I don't know if it's a tech feature, if it's more of a convenience feature that I'll point out, but I still think is interesting, is going to be your cup holders. So you'll see that right now the cup holders are very deep, but this actually says switch. So you can actually change it and rotate it 180 degrees, set it back in, and you'll see that your cup holders are now set up to a different height. So if you have a smaller drink or if you have a bigger drink, you can adjust it accordingly. So I think that's interesting. It's kind of a random feature, but hey, why not show it? Something else that is included with this vehicle, I'll show up at the top, is Gabby talked a little bit about the sunroof. We do have that, but also Blue Link. You do get 3 years of Blue Link with this vehicle. So you've got your roadside assistance there, your emergency assistance, everything like that is all included with this vehicle too. Now, the last 2 items that I want to touch on to kind of wrap up the tech overview of this vehicle is going to be focusing on the sound system. So I'll have Mark actually pan to the door. We do have Bose premium sound system on this vehicle, and I do believe we have 6 speakers, so quite a fair bit for such a smaller vehicle. So you know that when you are in this vehicle, you are going to get, really premium sound quality. And speaking of premium sound quality, if you didn't notice, we have the shark fin on the roof, and that does give us HD radio and Sirius XM capacity. So you also get to enjoy those with your premium sound system. So pretty nice in the music department, pretty nice in the tech department. And that's really going to wrap up the tech overview of this vehicle. All right, everyone, that is going to conclude our tech and safety review of the 23 Elantra Hybrid Luxury. Always a mouthful when you say it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do have any questions about this vehicle, make sure that you put them in the comments below. We do our very best to try to answer them. And as always, Gabby, what are we?
A real dealership. We're actually Brantford Kia, not just a studio.
Wow.
If you're looking for a Kia or a Hyundai, we got a dealership for that. If you're looking at a Kia specifically, me and Charlie can help you out. We can deal with both of us because I'm a salesperson. She's a finance manager. We'll both take care of you. Now, if you're looking for a Hyundai, though, we have two awesome dealerships here in Ontario. One is Brantford Hyundai and one is Owen Sound Hyundai. And either of them will treat you like family. All of us would be happy to help you guys out. So stay tuned for more videos. We do have links in our bio for all the videos we mentioned today and for either dealership. Thank you so much for watching. We will
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.